Well, a few years ago, I got to see it firsthand. Teams of residential and commercial builders working together in a carefully choreographed way to build a house. It took such precision because of the deadline from start to finish, less than a week. And it'll all happen again this year with the 6th annual Builders Blitz. Kathy Cott joins us from Habitat Omaha. Jason Neeson and John McClay are both construction superintendents. 2 of the 9 builders taking part this year. It's nice to have all 3 of you here.
Thank you.
I guess the first question is, why in the world do you take on such a big project in such a short period of time? What's the idea?
It sounds a little crazy,
it
right?
Does, right?
Well, Habitat is all about building hope, building communities and neighborhoods, and there's no better way to do that than the Builders Blitz, where we go into a neighborhood, we infuse that hope in a week and really transform the whole landscape.
We do have images to help you appreciate sort of the before and after. This is where?
This year we're building at 23rd and Laird Street, so it's northeast Omaha, and we will be building 8 new homes and 2 rehabs that week.
Wow, so you can imagine that block will eventually look similar to this one in terms of going from dilapidated, sort of gray, dreary, maybe folks haven't been able to care for those homes in a long time. What does it do for those neighborhoods when all of a sudden there are brand new homes on that block, beautiful landscaping out front, and proud homeowners living there?
You know, it does a lot. When we look at the neighborhood this year at 23rd and Laird, it had a lot of overgrown trees, a lot of litter, a lot of debris that was just sitting there. So it was a haven for crime, for a lot of things that you don't want near your homes. So the homeowners in the area are so thankful that Habitat Omaha comes in and transforms it, because it builds investment in the community, it builds equity in their homes. And you know, with Habitat homeowners, they buy their homes, they put in 350 hours of sweat equity. Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Speaking of gifts, for a second you were looking at the Omaha Gives logo. We'll get back to that in a second, because that's an important piece of this puzzle. For the 2 of you, I mean, another question, why in the world do you do this? It's a lot of stress. It means you're not able to work on other projects at the same time. So for your companies, why is this a priority?
Jay, Don, I mean, it is quite a commitment, but you know, if we can give a week of our time, and you know, we're blessed with good jobs, and it's stressful, it's busy, and we have a lot to do. But if we can give a week to give a home to a first-time home buyer and let them have that opportunity. I mean, everybody knows what it's like when you get your first one, and some folks that haven't had anything for a long time. If we can do that in a week and help them out, we'll just keep on doing it.
And John, for you at MCL?
Oh, we do it for the kids first, I think, but you know, also for the community. And like Kathy said, what makes Habitat for Humanity special is gives the opportunity for hardworking, deserving people to earn a new home. You know, for their families. It's a better life for the families, and you know, you grow a community one household at a time. So,
if you'd like to learn about all 9 builders involved in this year's Blitz, the website is habitatomaha.org. You can go there. They're all listed. I know some of you might want to support those builders if you know how those builders are supporting the community. The logistics of this is so fascinating, I think, to me. My in-laws built a house recently, and that took 8 months. So I'm just like, how in the world do you make all of this happen? And in terms of planning, that's the biggest part of it, right? To make sure you've got the crews you need, where you need them, and all the supplies are in place. So what can the 2 of you share about that part of this?
Biggest one, like we see every year, is just the commitment of just more builders. It takes the builders to create the homes. The rest of it all kind of falls into place. We just kind of help push it along to make it happen in 5 days rather than 6 months. There's long nights. There's nights where we've stayed the nights in the houses.
Floodlights are up.
Yeah,
and
it's definitely all the time. But
right. Well, I mean, there are even things like letting the concrete cure. I mean, some of this is out of your control. Where you just got to let stuff run its course.
A lot of this starts. I mean, we start 4 to 6 months every year before the Blitz happens, and we'll place basement foundations. We'll set flat work, and then a week before we'll come in and lay houses and lay house floor out, plans, and
go from there.
Hey,
Kathy, we'll get to the dedication here in a second, but I do want to talk about Omaha Gives, because the funding for this project comes directly from this 24-hour, talk about a blitz, giving blitz tomorrow.
Definitely. We raise funds for the Builders Blitz a variety of ways. Certainly the builders kick in. They provide materials. Other subcontractors do as well, and we have corporate support. This year, Wells Fargo is a tremendous sponsor for us. They're a presenting sponsor, Logier, along with with many, many others. But the funds raised during Omaha Gives tomorrow will directly fund the Builders Blitz. It's about a $1.5 million project. So every gift matters,
Wow.
even if it's $10. I encourage you to go on and make a gift to Habitat Omaha. It's starting at midnight tonight.
If our viewers want to donate, they can online. If our viewers want to donate time, though, is there any room left for volunteers with this event?
You know, what's incredible is last year at this time, we still had volunteer spots available.
Yeah.
The Blitz is growing so much, and it has such popularity and enthusiasm that our volunteer spots for this year's Builders Blitz are all full. However, we build year-round,
Yes, you do.
and we need crews all the time.
Yeah, even if it's something like Rock the Block, which is just a cleanup blitz. If you think, I don't have any experience hanging drywall, something like that, you don't need it. So swing by habitatomaha.org if you're interested in getting involved with the organization. The Blitz is coming up. You can follow the progress on Twitter and Facebook. Guys, these days get hot and long. We'll be thinking about you as you're working to help these families. Thanks for coming in today, and Kathy, it's good to see you
Thank you.
too. We
You
appreciate
too.
it. All right, coming up, a visit with Bravada's. Last time we talked about wigs. This visit, we're talking about everything but wigs. Join us as we take a tour of these fine products after the break.